Recently, I was asked the question, what are the pros and cons of delivering a fixed price contract? The questioner was thinking in terms of being a consultant or contractor delivering a project for a client. And for me, the pros and cons are pretty much as you'd expect if you think it through. But if you haven't had a chance to think it through for yourself, then I'm going to give you my answers in this video. The first thing to say about a fixed price contract is it's all about risk. And things will be fine if you do three things. Firstly, you have to price your contract accurately, which is by no means trivial. Second, you have to apply a sound contingency to your pricing and to your schedule, and include an appropriate profit margin so that when you deliver to budget, to schedule, you make the right level of profit. And third, you need to deliver to schedule, to budget, and to specification. If you do all three of those, then you will retain your contingency, you'll make your planned profit, and all will be well with the world. Your client will be pleased and you'll be happy. But that doesn't always happen, of course, does it? You may not price accurately, probably due to faulty starting assumptions or poor estimating. You may not put in enough contingency for a part or a whole of the project, or there might not be enough profit margin in it to make it worthwhile for you to do the job properly. And what if you deliver over budget? Or you miss a deadline? Or your deliverables fall outside of an acceptable specification? With a fixed price project, all of that is down to you. You have to pick up the costs and the implications of those mistakes. You have to put them right at your own expense and probably suffer a loss of reputation. So, the pros of a fixed price contract is you can make a good profit on it if you price properly and deliver to schedule. The cons are you can lose a lot of money and a lot of reputation, but there are pros and cons for your client as well. And of course, the major positive for your client is financial certainty. They know how much they're paying. They know what they're getting. If you mess up, if you get your estimates wrong, if you don't have enough contingency, if you don't deliver to budget, to schedule and specification, that's your problem, not theirs. They pay a fixed amount. They get a fixed amount. That's why the public sector in particular loves fixed price contracts, because the public sector is in the business of certainty. But beware naive clients, because if you're going to get that certainty as a client of a fixed price contract, then you need to pay something for it. You need to get something. You need to give something in return. And that means fixed price contracts are never cheap. They may be fair, but they're not cheap. And the naive client who wants a fixed price, low price contract is asking for something that they can't have and they shouldn't have, and you shouldn't offer to give them. And that leads us, of course, to the cons of a fixed price contract for the client. They are expensive. If you're going to deliver a fixed price contract and feel confident, you need to load the contract, firstly, with plenty of contingency, and secondly, with a profit margin that pays you for taking the risk. You're bearing the risk, you should get some of the insurance money. Consequently, for a client, a fixed price contract is expensive, and that's a downside. Whichever perspective you take, along with risk comes stress. If you're a contractor providing a fixed price contract, then there is stress, and that needs to be built into your pricing too. You need to allow plenty of time and resources to take breaks, to eat well, to relax well, and to have time for relaxation and maintaining your relationships. If you're the client, then not having a fixed price contract introduces stress, because every overrun is costing you money. And of course, stress induces errors, often decision-making errors But there are also practical errors, errors of execution. And they cut both ways too. We all make mistakes when we are under stress, whether you're a project management delivery specialist or a client procuring a service. So to sum up, for me, the pros and cons of fixed price projects come down to one thing, which is focus. Because a fixed price contract will focus on cost, making sure you deliver within budget. And the con that goes along with the benefit of a ruthless focus on cost is that in order to control cost, you may have to pay attention to schedule, to quality, and to scope. And a fixed price contract can deliver to fixed price sometimes by trading that cost for scope, for quality, or for schedule. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and if you have, please do give it a like. And why not subscribe to the channel so that you can get loads more like it, and hit the notification bell so you can find out about them as soon as they're published. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one.